The story starts with a young ambitious boy named Salia. He has a part-time job at a nearby restaurant where he does very well. Salia wants to become a professional manager someday because even at his young age, he's already better at staying organized than most grown-ups who use Google Calendar. As the oldest son in a German Sinhalese family, he truly believes in Buddha's teachings, especially the concept that happiness isn't a place you reach but the path you walk. Salia is really good at cooking and he often makes the same dishes at home that he serves at work, making his family happy with his creative skills and beautiful plating. The HR manager told him that if he wanted to train with them after finishing high school, they would definitely welcome him. Honestly, if this kid started a food blog, he'd probably become internet famous before even graduating from high school. However, one day while making a meal, he sees something odd. When he looks at his father, everything becomes blurry. He stops moving, trying to figure out what's going on, but his mother snaps him out of it. Things get worse when Salia's eyesight starts failing during a school presentation. Worried, his parents bring him to a doctor for tests. The doctor runs several examinations and is surprised to find that Salia gets all the vision-related questions wrong. Can you see anything? No, too blurry. Soon, the doctor brings the family in to share the terrible news. Salia is going blind because of a rare inherited condition called bilateral congenital eye disease. This condition will soon cause his retinas to detach, and Salia has already lost 80% of his vision. Imagine everyone shocked because life just threw Salia the biggest curveball. The doctor suggests emergency surgery to reduce the chance of going completely blind. The surgery happens soon and works well in saving some of Salia's sight, but only about 5% is left. Despite this huge setback, Salia won't let it destroy his dreams. I want to do my A-levels here at a regular school and then study hotel management. That was always my plan. He stays committed to working in hotel management because if Salia has anything, it's determination and maybe a hidden collection of inspiring sayings under his pillow. His father, though, doesn't support him and thinks Salia should quit regular school because of his disability. But with his mother's support, Salia keeps going to school. Promise me that I can stay at my school. Yes, I promise you that. As his vision gets worse to 95% loss, his other senses get stronger. He learns to depend on sounds and other clues to keep up in class. Wait a second, is that how Daredevil started? His dedication results in good grades to apply for training programs at top hotels. After many rejections because of his blindness, Salia doesn't quit. He gets an interview at a well-known hotel chain without mentioning his vision loss. With help from his mother and sister Sheila, who coaches him on the interview, this is too deep. Look 15% higher and you'll meet the eyes. Yes, perfect. Now keep making eye contact. The family drives him to Munich for the interview. Salia learns the steps to the hotel by heart. During the interview, he wins them over with his personality and meets another candidate, Max, who doesn't seem very committed. Salia tells Max about the hotel's history to help him, and Max becomes thankful and they become friends. When Salia talks to the manager, his determination convinces the interviewer, getting him the training position. Well then, I am pleased to welcome you to our company. Honestly, if interviews were an Olympic event, Salia would have just taken home the gold because of his surprisingly deep responses. Now he has to learn his way around his new workplace while hiding his disability. To help, Sheila moves to Munich with him to help him get used to the strange city and supports him until he can handle things alone. He then learns to count steps to find his way to the hotel and how to watch out for traffic lights. On his first day, Salia meets the hotel's director and top staff. He's told to train under them, learning everything about the hotel business. Among the other trainees is Max, who had interviewed in past with Salia. Yari and Max sure. We then see Salia's first job is in housekeeping, where he must prepare guest rooms perfectly. But his vision is too unclear and he can only focus on what the woman says and not what her hands do. In a few weeks you'll manage the entire room in less than 1 hour. Later, while cleaning a mirror, he has trouble seeing the dirt on it and uses a magnifying glass to see better. Max sees this and questions him, asking what he's doing, which makes Salia share his condition. Retinal detachment. I can only see 5% of what you're seeing. Retinal detachment. I can only see 5% of what you see. It's a classic caught-in-the-act situation, except instead of taking cookies, Salia is just trying to clean a mirror without damaging it. He begs Max to keep it secret, and Max, understanding his challenges, agrees to help him get around the hotel. The two quickly form a friendship and begin working on their tasks together. Max's fun-loving personality gets him into trouble, but Salia stays focused on his work, even protecting him sometimes. Hello, good afternoon. After housekeeping, Salia goes to the kitchen, making friends with Hamid, a medical surgeon from Afghanistan. Despite difficulties, Salia studies and remembers hotel information. Hiding his blindness gets harder and harder. One day he hears a woman singing and is fascinated. He finds out her name is Laura but gets interrupted by Chef Crone, who tells him to slice ham. Because of his vision, he accidentally hurts himself on the cutting machine. The injury is bad and Chef Crone gets suspicious. He tests Salia by putting an object in his way, forcing him to admit the truth. I have a problem with the retina. I see very bad. How bad? 5% of what you see, and that's also unclear. Chef Crone, instead of firing him, helps him learn to use the machine safely, working with his limited vision. Everything seems to go well again as Salia does great in the kitchen. He tries to date Laura but finds out she has a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend. What? Sorry. Heartbroken, Max brings him to a nightclub where Salia ends up leaving with another woman. After finishing his kitchen work, he moves to the front desk and then the hotel restaurant and bar where exact drink measurements matter. The bartender shows the trainees how to measure, but Salia struggles because of his blurriness. That night Max sneaks into the bar to help Salia practice, but his vision makes things difficult. Despite this, Salia impresses Klein-Schmidt by making a perfect Long Island iced tea. Though Klein-Schmidt thinks it's just luck, Salia proves himself by perfectly serving a busy bar that night. However, when Max focuses on his own romantic life, Salia struggles by himself, repeatedly being asked to polish wine glasses he can't tell are clean or not. Can you tell if the glass is clean or not? I don't know what I don't know. I'm tired. I can no longer. After a long exhausting night, Salia uses his better hearing at home to judge their cleanliness by the sound, finally solving the problem. As Salia handles work challenges, his personal life gets better. He learns Laura and her boyfriend broke up, and they go on a date. Laura brings him to meet her son, Oscar. Salia connects with Oscar over football, and Laura, touched by their relationship, starts to fall for him. That night before bed, Oscar asks if Salia is an alien. Salia, moved yet a bit embarrassed, tells him he's not and wishes him good night. Afterward, Laura kisses him with passion. The next day at the hotel, Salia shows up late at the restaurant, confused. The supervisor had already warned him about his problem with unpolished glasses and gives him another warning. Salia explains he didn't hear his alarm, but the supervisor becomes doubtful. You are one step ahead of the red line. What is that? Later, Salia gets a message from home saying he needs to come right away. He discovers his father has left for Sri Lanka, taking the family's money, leaving his mother devastated. His sister explains their mother is trying to find work to help them, but they know it won't be enough. I can transfer money to mom's account. I can also find a job on the side. Hamid works in the bakery. Salia gets a second job at the bakery while managing his hotel training and spending time with Laura and Oscar. However, he has trouble with his blindness, hiding it from Laura and acting normal. He drinks heavily at home, causing problems at the restaurant. He struggles to keep pace and the supervisor watches him carefully. Max warns that he risks losing his hard-won chance. When life gives Salia lemons, he combines them with bad choices. Spoiler, it doesn't go well. One afternoon, Laura asks Salia to watch Oscar while she delivers a package. Salia says yes, but then gets a call from Max warning him that Kleinschmidt will fire him if he doesn't come to the restaurant right away for a wedding event. Split between responsibilities, Salia struggles to choose. He quickly calls Laura asking her to come back, and she agrees. However, as she hangs up, he realizes he's lost track of Oscar. Unable to see, he becomes lost and panics, shouting and looking desperately, but Oscar is nowhere around. When Laura returns, terrified, she begs for Salia's help, but he stands frozen. What the hell is going on? I can't watch it anymore. I can't see anything. Finally, under pressure, he confesses his near-total blindness. Shocked, Laura focuses on finding Oscar, leaving Salia in guilt and disbelief. Moments later, she finds Oscar on the other side of the park. Angry, she confronts Salia, who explains his retinal detachment. Upset that he never told her, she takes Oscar and leaves, clearly disappointed. Salia stands there, understanding his dishonesty cost him an important relationship. As he stands lost in his thoughts, Max calls again, pushing him to get to work or risk being fired. Salia pulls himself together and hurries to the restaurant just in time. However, exhaustion and stress from his disability, father's desertion, family troubles, breakup, second job, and hiding his condition weigh on him. His drug cravings get worse. While carrying champagne glasses, Salia trips over a tablecloth, sending them crashing. He almost falls but catches himself. Max helps him clean up, suggesting he go home to rest. Ignoring Max's worry, Salia insists on staying, showing determination. Salia keeps serving at the wedding reception, but his vision gets even worse and he crashes into the wedding cake. Angry, Kleinschmidt pulls him aside, demanding, "Are you blind?" Overwhelmed, Salia finally tells the truth. Furious, Kleinschmidt fires him immediately. Covered in cake, Salia stumbles out and nearly gets hit by a car. He makes it home but his condition worsens. He continues working at the bakery with Hamid, but his pill use continues. When Hamid warns him, Salia snaps, telling him to mind his own business. Alone and unhappy, he falls deeper into drinking and partying. One night he gets kicked out of a nightclub for being too drunk. As he walks home unsteadily, strangers push him, causing him to fall down a staircase. People nearby rush to help and bring him to the hospital. When he wakes up from his coma-like state, Sheila is beside him, comforting him as he breaks down. Max soon arrives and Salia apologizes for not listening to him. Max forgives him immediately and starts flirting with Sheila, making the mood lighter. Because apparently even in emotional moments, Max can't stop turning on the charm, someone give this guy his own romantic comedy spin-off. Sheila tells Salia their mother has now found a job and he doesn't need to worry about money anymore. She also pushes him to return home because if there's one thing Salia needs right now, it's a hug from his mom and a home-cooked meal, not another night of poor decisions. I cannot live against my disability. It does not work and I know that now. So he decides to accept it and find an employer who accepts him for who he is, a man with great ambition but with a visual impairment. He tells Sheila and Max he wants to stay in Munich to find his true self. Soon Salia gets a job at a call center for visually impaired people but turns it down as it doesn't feel right. On another day, Max suggests they go cycling, and so they ride high up a hill. Max guides Salia, telling him when to brake and turn, making their friendship stronger. It's like a buddy comedy, except instead of solving crimes, they're just trying not to crash into a tree. Later they go back to the hotel to meet Klein and Fred. Salia apologizes for ruining the wedding and explains how fear of rejection made him hide his disability. His honesty impresses them, and despite Kleinschmidt's hesitation, Salia is given a chance to take the final training exam. Because sometimes the truth is the only thing that can save you from a grumpy boss with a clipboard. Preparing for the exam is hard, especially setting up a table in under 30 minutes. One day while helping Hamid, Salia unexpectedly runs into Laura. She expresses her happiness about his return to work and wishes him luck on his final exam. He thanks her and they have a heartfelt talk. Unable to hold back, Salia admits that he misses her. "I miss you even if you don't want to hear it." On exam day, Salia gives it everything, doing great in every section. However, he struggles with the table arrangement task. Still, he faces the challenge with determination. As the exam nears the end, everything is in place except for the water glasses. The supervisor quietly reminds him that there's still 1 minute remaining. Acting quickly, Salia rushes to arrange the glasses but trips at the last moment. Despite this, his strong performance in other sections ensures his success and he earns his diploma from the hotel. Receive your apprenticeship certificate. At the graduation, Kleinschmidt and Fred express their pride in his hard work. Meanwhile, Hamid, now a legal worker, has become an ambulance driver thanks to Salia's guidance. Shortly after, the bar supervisor offers Salia a job as a sommelier. However, he politely declines, revealing that he and Max are working on opening their own place. Impressed, the supervisor wishes him success. Inspired by the saying that to go far you must have good company, Salia and Max soon open their restaurant in downtown Munich. On opening night, friends and family gather to support them. Laura also arrives as a special guest, offering to help. "Hey handsome." Her presence fills Salia with joy and she confesses that she still loves him, making it the happiest moment of his life. After closing, the group celebrates with music and dancing. Laura invites Salia to dance, but he hesitates, afraid he might step on her feet. She reassures him with a smile, saying she has enough vision for both of them. "Come on, I'm quitting too." And just like that, Laura proves she's not just the delivery girl, she's the emotional MVP of this story. With her by his side, Salia finally feels whole, ready to embrace the future with courage and love. Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.